So Jose El Rayo Valenzuela last Saturday just became the new WBA 140-pound champion after outboxing Isak Cruz. Many of us believed it was going to be the other way around, that Isak was going to catch the knockout because we thought, Valenzuela was going to slip up and turn it into a fight, turn it into a bang out, and he didn't fall for the trap. And he was an excellent boxer. That is one of the best boxing clinics I've seen in a very long time. So I appreciated that fight, man. For real, that was one of the best fights on the card. And it's clear from his fight with Edwin De Losanos and his two fights with damn it, man, I'm slipping. This his two fights with Chris Colbert. It was, to me, he wasn't the really best of a boxer, and looked like Robert Garcia, man. He took his time with him, man, and he really improved that boy, man. And if only he can keep that up, and he has the power, he has punching power already, so that's a good thing to teach a person how to outbox and still have punching power. That's beautiful. But now the question remains, man. Rayo, who does he beat? What's next for him at 140? Because he's here. And here's some. I just want to run through a few things. Just, some of the champions and some of the top guys that could be for Jose Valenzuela. Right now, it came to my attention that Devin Haney is no longer the WBC champ. That's what I saw. Because I was on Box Rec. I mean, boxing scene, Box Live. I mean, and it said that the WBC belt is vacant now. So I don't really hear many people talking about that, but it says that the belt is vacant. I don't know, what does it mean. Is Devin in recess? I don't know, but it's saying it's a vacant belt because he was supposed to fight Sandor Martin, and don't look like that's happening. But as far as Rayo goes, who's there for him? I mean, or a potential fight with Javante Davis, who isn't even at the division yet. Let me say this real quick too about that. If Tank fights Rayo next, that is a duck. Clean as day duck. Reason being is he's the one that said he wanted to fight. He wanted all the belts at 135. I'll repeat, 135, right? 135. Last time I checked, 135 and 140 is two different weight classes. Tank himself said he wanted to fight for undisputed at 135. He want all the belts. So rather it was Pitbull or Jose Valenzuela, it still would have been a duck. All right, you got work to do at your division, man. You said, and they also said they didn't want to fight at 140 no more. So what is the reason? If he ain't gonna go to 140 and fight for that belt, what's the point of fighting Rayo or even fighting Pitbull when he had the belt? It made no sense. And these Tank fans, they keep on defending this motherfucker, man, and it's just sickening. And maybe if he didn't say that, then we'd have been like, all right, yeah, he want to go get some belts at 140. We ain't mad at that. We actually want him to move up and weight. But he's the one that said he want to stay at 135. He's the one that said he feel comfortable at that weight. Nobody telling him to do that. So look, as far as Rayo goes, he would probably fight Rayo, but this is probably one of the only 135 pounders that he's going to probably be fighting, at least for right now, because of the popularity, the money involved. He'll take that shit. But if I was Rayo and them, I'd say, look, man, you got to come up your way. I ain't going back down to 135. You got to come up here and fight for my belt, a real belt this time. Not that Mario Barrios shit. This is a real belt. Right? But some fights that, for the dudes ranked the WBA, you got the Regis Prograis fight. That's a potential. You got Jack Catterall is there, Nestor Bravo, and Kenneth Sims. He's there. But then you got Ismael Barroso as a WBA interim. That same old dude again. That might be another potential. So he's the interim champion. So he might be next up. Okay, so, but other fights include a Puello fight. I mean, if Puello fights Sandor Martin, he could fight that winner and go for unification. Then you got Liam Pyro just won the IBF off of Subriel Matias. And you got a potential fight with that guy. You got a Richardson Hitchens. Who knows? Um, then up here at WBO, you got Teofimo Lopez fight, unification. Arnold Barboza. I think he beats Barboza. He'll probably beat Barboza. Richardson Hitchens is a good fight for him. That's a tough. I think that might be a tough fight because Richardson Hitchens can box. Um, he probably beat. I think he beats Jack Catterall. Teofimo Lopez might be a tough fight for him. So who else? Yeah, yeah. Tio's a tough fight for Rayo. Liam Pyro's a tough fight for Rayo. That old dude that we were just talking about, Israel Barroso, he probably can outbox him, but he got to be careful. That dude can punch, man. Um, Kenneth Sims, that's a pretty good fight for him right there. Regis Prograis, um, I don't think he beat Regis. I really don't. He probably can't beat Regis, but we'll have to see. I still like Regis. Gary Antoine Russell, that's a really hard fight for him unless he stay disciplined and outbox. And you gotta watch out for Gary's power. So that's a toss up, man. If he outbox, because Gary Antoine Russell don't do good against movers. We saw that with the Puello dude, but it's about chins too. That Puello dude got a good beard on him. He could fight too. That dude could fight, man. That Alberto Puello guy, he could fight. So I think that'll be a tough fight for Rayo too. So there's a lot. These interim champs and some of these. Sandor Martinez is a tough fight for him too. Sandor's a tough fight. Alberto Puello's a tough fight for him. A lot of these dudes, these are all tough fights. The only ones I think he really wins is maybe a Jack Catterall, man. Maybe a few other ones, but the champions are all tough for him, and some of these top ranked dudes, some of these ranked 1 and 2 dudes. Richardson Hitchens is a tough fight for him. So yeah, man, I could probably see him maybe mixing it up a little bit with a Josh Taylor or somebody like that. I think he beats Arnold Barboza though. But the rest of these dudes, I think Rayo got his hands full at 140, man. And I don't know if he probably won't be holding on to that belt too much longer, to be honest. But if he can keep that outboxing going, he'll be all right. But if he decides to go off that game plan with any of those dudes, he loses the belt, in my opinion. But that's my thing. Let me know what you think. It's your boy Rebel Life Boxing, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And I'm off this.